7 of Inside the Eagles Nest. As always, I'm Kevin Tosh. Alongside me here, Justin Hall. Well, Justin, another heartbreaking loss for Franklin County. They go down 31-28 to the Christiansburg Blue Demons in another overtime thriller.
Yeah, I don't know what else I can say on top of that. Franklin County played pretty decent throughout the whole entire game. The defense is still slacking off. They're not slacking off, but they're playing great. We had a couple starters out on defense this past week, and it showed. Franklin County couldn't stop Christiansburg when it counted.
Ray Witcher opened up the scoring for Franklin County with a new school record 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown to open up the football game. Christiansburg won the toss, elected to defer to the second half, and after that touchdown, a lot of people were second-guessing head coach Tim Cromer. And then in the second quarter, Christian Witcher with a 10-yard touchdown run for Franklin County. Then Jalen Gill had a 3-yard touchdown run in the third quarter, and then a really intense 32-yard pass from Christian Witcher to Ray Witcher, just over a minute left to play in the football game to tie the game up late, 28-28. And the rest was pretty much history there. Franklin County, as many know, went for it on 4th down and goal from the 1-yard line. They used the quarterback sneak. A little bit of controversy in the call there. Not exactly where that was the second option on the play. But nonetheless, Christiansburg able to bring on Big Jake Hamley on 1st down in their first possession of overtime and kicked the game-winning field goal. Just some quick stats to run down. Franklin County, 18 first downs, rushed the ball 54 times for 218 yards. Were 3 of 9 through the air with 1 interception and 1 touchdown for 71 yards through the air. They ran 63 total plays, 289 yards of offense, had 2 fumbles, didn't lose any. They were 4 for 12 on 3rd down. That's 12 3rd downs. That's a lot for one team in a game. They had 2 kickoff returns for 120 yards, 2 punt returns for 10 yards. Were 4 of 4 on extra points, and had 27 minutes and 51 seconds time of possession. Christiansburg, 19 first downs, rushed the ball 43 times for 277 yards, 3 of 10 through the air, 98 yards passing. That's 53 plays from offense, 375 yards. They were 4 of 10 on 3rd down conversions. They had 5 kickoff returns for 113 yards and 3 punts for 14 yards. So just a little bit of quick math here. Franklin County rushing the ball 54 times. Christiansburg rushing the ball 43 times. My math's correct. That's 97 rushing plays in one game.
That's a lot of rushing plays.
And especially as much time as those plays take, that most of the time when you see something like that, it's usually in college football on the other side. You'll have 100 pass attempts combined. But, that was 2 impressive displays of rushing by both teams.
Oh, yeah. Christiansburg came out into the game, implemented a new quarterback in the weeks coming up. Caught me by surprise, definitely. And he played and he rushed his heart out. He's really what led Christiansburg to victory.
Yeah, the mobile quarterbacks we saw them all season. The only one that possibly you couldn't consider mobile was the Salem quarterback, Matt Hill. But still, you're 6 games into the season, you faced 5 rushing quarterbacks. That's really the new breed of high school football, really coming down to it. Just some individual stats. Chance Tyree, 21 carries for 86 yards. Jalen Gill, 10 carries, 67 yards. Christian Witcher carried the ball 15 times for 38 yards. E.J. Harris, 6 carries for 8 yards. And Ryan Wade, 2 carries once again for the second straight game in a row for 19 yards. Christian Witcher, 3 of 9 through the air, 1 interception, 1 touchdown for 71 yards. Ray Witcher caught one of those passes for 32 yards and a touchdown. Carlton Adams, 1 catch for 30 yards. And Jalen Gill, 1 catch for 9 yards. Kickoff returns, Ray Witcher, 2 for 120, including the 98-yarder school record. E.J. Harris, 2 punt returns for 10 yards. And once again, Jonathan Saunders, 3 punts, 101 yards, 33.7 average. He continues to excel, especially coming in punting duties. He's averaging just over 37 yards a game. So Franklin County is leaving their non-district part of this season, 6 games. They're coming out 3-3. They really haven't faced this in the first 3 years that head coach Chris Jones was here, Justin.
No, this is the first time, except for, in the weeks past, that I can remember Franklin County with a 500 record after the second week of the season. And, Coach Jones is experiencing something this year that he hasn't experienced before at Franklin County with all the injuries coming through there. And, started preseason with Kyle Ellis getting hurt, and it's all came down from there. And really, Franklin County has done a great job bouncing back from the continuous injuries and so forth and bouncing back. And, I mean, we've been in every single game of the season with the exception of the Woodbridge game. And, I mean, shows a lot of heart from the staff and the players at Franklin County.
We're just going through and looking at some of the season stats. The leading rusher, Chance Tyree, missed a football game. Devin Clements has been out, 2 games at this point?
I mean, he was out the Salem game, so, I mean, went out halfway through there. So he's missed the Bassett game, and he's missed the Christiansburg game.
Ryan Wade, he missed the pretty much most of the fourth quarter against Christiansburg. And then you come down to the receiving category. You got Hakeem Alderman, really was tied up there for number 1 threat at receiver, solid number 2. He goes down with an injury against Salem. So, and we've said all season, Kyle Ellis going down. Coach Jones said in the postgame interview against Christiansburg, he was really upset about not being able to pull through with the win, but he says that they're just going to have to get healthy. That's key.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he mentioned we had 10 players out of the game, 6 of those being starters. So, I mean, it's rough. And when you do need to get healthy coming into district play, our bye week's not until the last week of the season. So, we have 4 more games and we're playoff bound. So, hopefully we can continue to strive on and keep the Western Valley District crown in Franklin County forever.
Like you said, Coach Jones yet to lose a Western Valley District game in his first 3 seasons. This is the last Western Valley District football season coming up. That's really a heartbreaker. Western Valley District just starting to get its momentum going here, especially making pushes in the playoffs, having some really good football teams. But Franklin County is going to go in to their first week of Western Valley District play against a very familiar foe in William Fleming. Just a quick stat. William Fleming actually holds the 29-12-1 series lead, but Franklin County and head coach Chris Jones have really had their number. He's 5-0 against the Colonels, including a 35-0 win in the first game this week, Justin, for the season.
Yeah, and that 35-0 could have easily been 52-0. William Fleming really had nothing for Franklin County coming out. They had all their transfers come in, had Franklin County a little scared. But really, Franklin County kept them on the ropes, and the defense just threw out a big shutout at the opening week of the season, and we really need to get our defense back to that quality or that caliber.
That's right. It's going to be a good. You don't want to look past any team, but it's going to be a good contest as they open up Western Valley District play. William Fleming coming into this game 0-6, and really you have to look for their main threat to be E.T. Morrisow once again. They tried to do a lot with him in that first game, and they really rode him against Franklin County in week 1. And they're really going to have other players step up if they're going to be competitive.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he got back there. He threw. He came back there on a fake punt, got him in the game that way. Had him in the game on offense. I mean, his true presence was on defense. That he had a couple big plays on defense against Franklin County. But really, the thing that put them down was their ball control. They had a couple fumbles in the game, had a couple interceptions in the game. Really gave Franklin County short field position, and Franklin County came through and scored.
I mean, William Fleming, outside of the 35-0 to rout in week 1 to Franklin County, they've lost 39-3 to Amherst, but then they had 3 really close ball games, 14-6 against Magna Vista, 17-13 against EC Glass, and 14-13 lost to RJ Reynolds before losing 31-6 to Salem last year. So really, they need a signature win, and they could possibly get it this week if they're able to take down Franklin County.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I know if I was playing the game, lost 5 straight times to Franklin County, and that's really only been over the course of the last 2 years or 3 years. And all these kids remember it. All these kids know. I mean, they're at school every day, and their friends are asking them why they're losing. And they definitely want to get out of the losing column. Haven't won a game in 3 years now.
That's right. But Franklin County definitely going to be hungry. And the other big matchup, and it's really a huge matchup as far as the Western Valley District goes, Patrick Henry and GW are going to be meeting up in week 1. And both of these teams are trying to set themselves apart as the front runner for the Western Valley District.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Patrick Henry, they showed last year that they were a team to be reckoned with. Fortunately, we got them on a bad night last year, but I don't see for that to happen this year. And GW is always talented. They got a new coach down there this year, Bobby Martin, and one thing he knows how to do is he knows how to beat Franklin County. When he was a basketball coach at GW Nashville, he continuously knew how to pick us apart.
And despite Franklin County being 3-3 coming into Western Valley District play, they've won the last 3 Western Valley District titles. We've said that head Chris Jones over that 3-year period undefeated in Western Valley District play. So despite how good despite how good Patrick Henry and GW have played this year, you would have to think that, still the Western Valley District title as of right now is going to have to come through Rocky Mount.
Oh, it's going to run through Rocky Mount, and PH and GW Dam will know it. So they know they have to play up to ours. And fortunately, this year we get PH coming home. We do have to make the long journey down to Danville. But hopefully we can get there and the players can keep it focused, and they want to keep the Western Valley District title in Rocky Mount for the years to come.
And the other team that we haven't talked about in the Western Valley District, Halifax County, they have a new head coach, Mike Rourke. And I was able to talk to him actually the day after he was hired at Halifax back in the summertime. And, he actually discussed it with head coach Chris Jones about whether he should take the job. And he really just talked about it being a gold mine of talent in Halifax County. It's just going to be ringing it in. So there could possibly be a force to be reckoned with if you catch them on a good night.
Oh, yeah. And when I was in high school, it's been a while ago. I mean, they had a new coach come in, forgot his name. He implemented spread offense, and Halifax actually ripped through their schedule for a couple of years. Had a great quarterback, had a couple of great wide receivers. And they got the athletes onto the field. And they made some plays. All it depends on is Coach Rourke going out and getting the athletes and getting them on the field. It might not happen this year, but next year, who knows with Halifax? We'll be seeing them again next year as well.
Well, first of all, what's it going to take for Franklin County to come away with a win against William Fleming?
Franklin County is going to do exactly what it did on the first week. We needed to force William Fleming into committing those turnovers, and we have to take those turnovers and we need to utilize them into points. Our offense is sputtering. Our defense has been sputtering ever since that first game, and it's our time to correct the ship now.
And talking about ships, that goes right into my next question is, what is William Fleming going to have to do to flip this ship back over? It's already flipped over in the past couple seasons, and they're looking, what it's going to take for them to get the signature win?
I mean, they're going to have to keep the ball in their hands, and they're going to have to ride Morris out to victory. I mean, he's really he's not their only talented athlete on there. Fleming has tons of athletes inside their football team, but he's big, he's strong, he's fast, and really, I mean, he can take it to Franklin County. So they just need a great game plan. They need to keep the ball inside their own hands and not give Franklin County easy opportunities. All right, what do you think Franklin County has to do to beat Fleming this Friday night, Kevin?
I think Franklin County is going to have to get that confidence back that they had early in the season. For the last 3 years, Franklin County and both sides of the football have just exuded confidence. And I think possibly that confidence has kind of got to them early in the season. They came out and blasted William Fleming in week 1. Then they had 2 setbacks back-to-back, So I think they need to get that confidence back, because confidence isn't always a bad thing as long as you're not overconfident. So I think they need to come out, find that confidence that they lost after week 1, and I think that's going to do them the best, not only for this game, but for the rest of the season.
I think they refer to that term now as swag. But sometimes swag's a good thing, sometimes it can be a very bad thing. What do you think the Colonels have to do to get, like you said, correct their ship and put Franklin County in the loss column?
I think that they have to slow down the Franklin County run attack, because Franklin County was able to run all over them in the week 1. I don't think that they have to completely stop the Franklin County rushing attack, because you can't. Franklin County's proven, even in their 3 losses, they're still going to run the football, and they're going to run it effectively.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're able to slow it down and possibly make Franklin County have to put the ball up in the air, because the more times that a team like Franklin County has to go to the air, the more chances, for one, there is for the big play of Franklin County that we've saw all season. They have the big play through the air. But it's also the more chances to let your athletes like E.T. Morrisow make the interception. And, you got a talented secondary at William Fleming for them to be able to pick the ball off. And I think that's where the success is going to be found. It's going to be in slowing down that Franklin County running attack.
All right. Well, 7 o'clock Friday night. Hopefully it's going to be a beautiful night. Fall's done hit us. It's getting kind of crisp outside, so... Do you have anything else to add to the conversation, Kevin?
Last thing for all the Franklin County fans out there to keep watching as we go through the rest of the season is senior running back Chance Tyree has 1,530 yards in his rushing career at Franklin County. That's good enough for 12th all-time. His next targets are going to be number 11, Scott Angle, with 1,576. Only needs 40 yards to get there. And then number 10, Raymond Keys, a lot of people remember him, has 1,633, so he needs 103 yards to crack the top 10 all-time in rushing. And then another thing, people, you hear it everywhere you go, that Franklin County doesn't throw the football enough. They're averaging just over 5 attempts a game. That's 31. At this pace, they're on for their fewest attempts since the 1990s. But do you know why that's the case? If you flip the pages back over, they rushed the ball for 1,533 yards.
Why pass the ball?
No need to pass the
Why
ball.
pass the ball?
But I'm really looking forward to this Western Valley District season, Justin. As always, I'm the FC Insider on Twitter, Justin Hall04. Tune in, and we hope that you're continuing to enjoy our coverage on the Inside the Eagles Nest. This was our special Western Valley District preview, and we hope that Franklin County is able to come away with the win and improve to 4-3 on the season and get that first and big Western Valley District win. So we hope you have a good night.